Alrighty, hello, humans. Cats of Bread here, back with some vintage cube. Really excited, just to get some more games in, with a kind of, I would just say this is kind of a lackluster pack one, pick one. My first gut reaction is to just look at that Thoughtseize and say, okay, good interactive spell. Good against combo. Not so good against an aggressive deck, but it's always a good turn one or even turn four play. Otherwise, there's Ponder, Thraben Inspector. I like Caustic Bronco a lot, but I know it's probably not the right pick. Um, there's a part of me that says just take the Underground Mortuary. I love lands. Uh, I'm not a big fan of Survival or Agatha's. Uh, Black hasn't been paying out for me lately a lot, so it's kind of hard to take the Pack One Thoughtseize, but I don't really know what else I would take besides maybe the Ponder. Such a hard choice. You know what? I like blue. Let's go Ponder. Following it up, there's a Snapcaster Mage, which is always a good pick. Uh, had we taken maybe that Thraben Inspector, we could follow it up with Ocelot Pride. Honestly, I might still just follow it up with Ocelot Pride. It is a phenomenal card to play. 1/1 with first strike makes tokens. If you have the city's blessing, you really get to pop off. It's kind of it's probably going to be my pick here. Uh, there's the Underworld Breach if I really wanted to get cute, but we're not there yet. Uh, Verdant Catacombs. If I taken the Thoughtseize, would maybe be a decent pick. There's a world where I take Snapcaster to stay on blue, but I don't think that Snapcaster is good enough to take over the Ocelot Pride. Hopefully, I don't regret that. So let's take the Ocelot and see where the packs take us. All right. Immediate gut reaction is I see Swords to Plowshare. Really, really, really solid card. Phenomenal removal. Goes basically any deck that I would make, whether it be mono blue or not mono blue, obviously, but blue with white, um, or just mono white is really what I originally meant to say. Uh, Otherwise, there's Miscalculation if I wanted to stay in blue. Uh, Forensic Edgeteer is really part of the artifact combo deck, which is really not where I want to. I mean, I could be there. I don't really want to be there. Uh, there's also Rabble Master, but I think let's stick to the white. Let's see how white pays off for us this time. We'll take Swords to Plowshare shares. Following that up, there's a Palace Jailer. Really really good 4-drop. Great removal. Well, sort of removal. Uh, draws you cards on around turn 4, which is where you want to be drawing cards, especially when you're playing, in theory, a heavy white deck. Uh, in my opinion, it's probably a little bit better in a more tempo-y blue or tempo-y white strategy. As you can tell, I'm really just stuck on the Ponder after the blue. But it's still solid, even in a really aggressive white deck. Um, Otherwise, I like Kaito. Um, Not really a card I would take in the situation. There's Mutavault, which I'm hoping actually comes back around on the wheel. Uh, Otherwise, I already passed the breach, so not getting the LED. That's fine. No, we'll take Palace Jailer. Here, oh, there's no really amazing white cards. There's Blade Splicer, um, but I don't know if that's the pick. I don't know if it's that much better than maybe taking a Remand potentially. Um, Especially because people don't really respect Blade Splicer. It tends to come back around. Um, Although I was about to say Blade Splicer with also Pride can be cute, but that's Christmas Land. Uh, I don't know. I think the pick might be Blade Splicer. Hope that the Remand. No, we'll take the Remand. We'll take the Remand. Blade Splicer might come around. It may not, but I think having some interaction is always good. Um, we'll see. We'll see where we go. Uh, Next. There's the Wandering Emperor, which is a really solid white card. Uh, Spar's Headquarters. Not that I don't think we want a lot of tap lands, especially in the direction it seems that we're going. There's also Steel Seraph, which I have now lost to enough times that I have started to respect the card. Um, Plus, we already have a 4-drop in Palace Jailer. Uh, Not to say that the Wandering Emperor isn't phenomenal, but it's a hard pick. Let's take the Seraph here, and I think I'm cementing myself in a pretty solid white deck here. Kind of looking at everything else. I mean, Exorcise is fine. There's a Witch Enchanter, which I am a huge fan of the double face cards, especially the land ones. Uh, we already have solid removal in white for creatures. Uh, I think it'll be the Witch Enchanter. We're gonna take the Witch Enchanter. Lets me play less lands. Here, I mean, I see a Relic of Store and I get excited, but there's Unexpectedly Absent. There's also Celestial Colonnade. Although I'm not sure where we're at on the blue-white plan versus Unexpectedly Absent is just a really good card. Um, well, I say really good. It's okay. I Let's take the Colonnade. I'll take the Colonnade. Fixie's always good. Enduring it. Okay, never mind. I should have taken the Unexpectedly Absent. We're going to take the Enduring Innocence, and we are probably going to play some variation of mono white, is my guess. Here, I mean, if we're thinking about going mono white, Phyrexian Revoker is better than the Prismatic Vista. Um, so we'll just take that and see where we go from there. All right, no white cards. Notably, the Thraben Inspector didn't come back around from earlier on, but that's fine. Here we'll take, I guess, the Quasali Pride Mage. Maybe if we got some green fixing, we'll get there. All right, we'll take the Mutavault, and then we are going to acknowledge that we are no longer playing blue. And then here I will take. Let's just take an Unholy Heat, and I don't know which of these am I more likely to play? The Outland Liberator maybe, and then Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, so we are doing okay. This isn't my favorite mono white deck so far, but we're going places. Let's see from this pack, what would we take? I mean, if I wanted to pretend I was still playing blue, there is that Tundra. Uh, Otherwise, there's Containment Priest, which is absolutely bananas. If you manage to get, oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of the card. Uh, the one that has the fading counters and you can exile creatures with it, kind of like a Mega O-Ring. Um, I'll remember the name eventually. But there's also just Sarah Paragon, which is really solid. Uh, Lets you bring back the early drops. Although I don't know. I'm feeling kind of high on my curve already. I say being less than a pack in, or well, just a pack in. But which one's more likely to wheel? Which one do I want more if I can't get the other one? I'm gonna take the Containment Priest. No, I'm gonna take the Sarah Paragon and hope the Containment Priest comes back around. Fingers crossed. All right, here. Interpret Adversary and Overlord of the Mistmoors are solid, perfectly solid. Uh, White cards. I think Overlord is maybe not really at home in this particular deck I'm building so far, but Fourth Yearling is just so good. Uh, I think I might just take that and try to figure out how I splash red in my white deck, and we will be okay with it because Fourth is a phenomenal card. Here, I think the pick is. I mean, it's definitely Solitude. Um, I mean, obviously, I'm not playing Leyline Binding. We're not set up for Omnath, and then everything else is just kind of fine. So we're gonna take that Solitude, and we're gonna be happy with it. Let's see what we followed up with. Really, kind of tragically, things are starting to dry up in white. Maybe I'll want to consider what other cards I'm going to play. Um, I mean, there's a Sunfall's fine. It's not really something I want to play against myself, if that makes sense. Like I don't. If I'm sunfalling when I'm trying to do a really aggressive white strategy, that doesn't really seem like where I want to be. On the flip side, if my opponent has a really fast start, this is solid. Uh, I mean, better than is it better than Karin in this situation? I think so. I feel kind of bad because I'm passing some really, really phenomenal cards. Brain Surge, Titania. I like a lot. I mean, there's Channel obviously, but let's take the Sunfall. And here again, kind of light on the way. It might be time to pivot and pick a second color. But there's also Elspeth, which is a solid card. Gives your creatures evasion to kind of punch through at the very end of the game. It can also make creatures. I mean, if you get the ultimate, you get the ultimate. But at that point, like that's kind of true for most planeswalkers. If you ultimate them, you're doing well. Um, so let's take the Elspeth. We'll take the Elspeth, and here we're going to take Council's Judgment. Just phenomenal removal. I really cannot complain. And yeah, that's fine. We'll take Council's Judgment, and we are good to go from there. Uh, Other notable picks in the pack, if I really wanted to get cute, Once Upon a Time. Technically, I could cast it. It's in my opening hand. I never have to put a force in my deck. Uh, Not the kind of person I am, but I'll take it. Here, I mean, it's not going to be Knight of the Reliquary. It's not going to be Concealed Courtyard. We're not really playing any of these cards besides maybe Usher, but that's fine. Usher's a creature. It's aggressive. It's good. Um. Ooh, interesting. Path versus Lingering Souls. I mean, I already have the swords. Lingering Souls is good, but I'm not playing the black, so is it really worth it? Or I could take Sunbaked Canyon to help splash for the fourth, which I think is better than Path. Hard choice. Let's take the Sunbaked Canyon. Uh, this is a dead pack for us. We'll take the Abrade. We might. There's a world where we could see sideboarding it in, especially if I get any more red fixing. Not that I want to play a lot of red in this deck. I know I passed some really good red cards up, like the Goblin Rabble Master. Uh, but we're here. If we taken that Stoneforge Mystic I'd seen earlier, maybe that Elder Complete would have been a choice. But we'll take the Overlord. I kind of hope I don't have to play it, but if you really think about it, it's like a. I mean, I want to. It's not that dissimilar from Lingering Souls. It just costs one more mana. We're gonna put it in our 4-drop slot because there is not a world in which we play it for anything else. Here, I mean, I'll take the Savannah. I'm not opposed to taking some lands. Who knows? Maybe there's a world out there where I splash for Quasali Pride Mage against a very artifact heavy deck or an enchantment heavy deck. Right now, I'm really hoping we pick up some lower drop cards. I already know that we've lost access to some really good solid 1-drops, mostly in the form of Thraben Inspector. Here, I mean, I'm not going to play any of these, but I'll take the Titania. Uh, Honestly, we'll take the Yami Bio. Yeah. We'll take the Troll. And out of the Reliquary, like I said, there's a world where maybe we splash green. Alright. We are powerless and with a pack that is just really bad if we're trying to play just mono white. We're not playing Prismatic Ending. I mean, maybe I just take the Hollowed Fountain. Or, I mean, I could also just take. If I'm splashing red for fourth, maybe. The broadside is really, really good, especially by making any number of tokens because it's still, 2 damage. Um, I mean, better than everything else in this pack. I'm not playing Prismatic Ending. uh, the Hollowed Fountain's a maybe. I don't know. I think the most upside is Broadside Bombardiers. Here we'll take. There's Elite Spellbinder. There's Inspiring Vantage. Given that we just took the broadsides, I think I want to take the Vantage. Really just gives us a way to fix for a little bit of red. Uh, Hopefully that'll work out, but we'll see. All right, we're back with our next pack. Oof, wow. I wonder if we're getting cut from white really aggressively. I thought we took, really kind of some of the best white cards in the packs, so I'm just kind of surprised. But we're here. NT's good. I really like NT. We don't have a lot of fixing, so it's kind of hard for me to justify. There's GT, which I know has fallen out of favor a little bit, but it is a really really good card when it hits. Especially if you have some evasive creatures, just it can end the game. So I think we're gonna take GT, and then here. I mean, I could. I could just play Luris, just to be clear. I'm not talking about companioning Luris. That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. This deck is not set up for it at all. But it's. It doesn't get back that much stuff in this deck yet. At this point, I don't think it will. We'll take the wins though. It's removal. It can be a one-sided board wipe. Uh, you know, Things stall out. I get to just blow my opponent out and then swing in. What I'm swinging in with at this point is kind of up for debate. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Luminar Sprint. That is what I want to take over the Strip Mine, which makes me fundamentally really, really sad. Because Strip Mine would be pretty good in this kind of deck, but Luminarch is just a premium 2-drop in white. Maybe we'll get back to Lion Sash. How many cards are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a world where we get Lion Sash back. People tend to not take it super highly. We're not getting the Strip Mine back. That would be absolutely bananas. But we'll take the Luminarch. Maybe we'll get the Lion Sash back. Here, again, I really want to have that low curve, so Figure of Destiny is kind of tempting over Wasteland. Let me see how many. Got 3 lands, so that puts me 19 playables. We need the playables, so I think it's the Figure, unfortunately. I would say if we get lucky, Eagles of the North will come back around, but it's not like we have. It's not like that fetches anything besides a plane, so it's really not that important for this kind of deck. But we'll take the Figure. Here, Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb would actually really, really help this deck. There's also Smuggler's Copter, but the Ancient Tomb to just get out, I've got a good selection of 4 and arguably 3 drops that really benefit from Ancient Tomb. It's not great with everything in my deck, but it'll let me double spell more often than not. And that just seems like a really high upside play, as much as I love Smuggler's Copter. I'm not super surprised. Here, there's nothing that I really want to take. I'm not gonna splash for the Goblin. We'll take the Might Stone and Weak Stone. If we're ever playing it, we're not gonna be super happy, but we'll take it. Here, again, kind of same situation. When you these packs, we're not great in our colors. And part of me just wants to take the Bazaar to spite, but that's not the man I am. It's not gonna be Tribal Flames. We'll take. We're not really playing anything here. Just take the Overlord and move on with our life. we're not really gonna play any of these cards. I mean, I guess the Dragon's Rage Channeler is in a color adjacent to mine. We'll take the Silent Clear. Why not? White did not work out as well as I would hope. We'll take the Karizev. We will put the Fire Blast in the sideboard. We will not be playing Zeranorb. And what is the last card? Man, the Lion Sash didn't come back around. Someone else was definitely playing white. So, whoops. This is gonna be kind of a tough deck to make because I just did not get as many playables as I wanted. So we will probably be splashing a little bit more red. So we'll bring in that Abrade. Uh, Honestly, our green fixing is better than it has any right to be. Anyways, I'll be back once I'm done building this. All right, so this is what I've settled on. It's a mostly white, kind of aggressive deck with a heavier top end than I would like, but we're here. Uh, it has I think what was it 11 white sources I think with Witch Enchanter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources with the Sunbaked Canyon. We don't have that many red cards. I think we'll be okay here. And before we get started, I would like to just say thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed what you're watching, we have to feed the algorithm gods. Please comment, subscribe, like, even dislike. Honestly, I take all feedback. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you back for round 1. All right, we're here. First match of the game, first match of the night. We are on the play, which is where we want to be, and we'll see where we go. All right. I mean, that would be absolutely. If we draw, how many lands would we need to draw? A lot. We need to draw lands to really make this hand work. So we're not going to keep it as much as my little heart says we should. We're going to mulligan. And this hand is fine. No, we're good here. We will put back Sunbaked Canyon, I think. Or no, let's put back a Basic Plains. Let's live life on the edge. We'll put back a Basic Plains. And Sunbaked Canyon could be anything in the future. And let's see where the game takes us. Alright. First turn, Inspiring Vantage, Onslaught Pride. And then we are off to the races. Let's see where things go from here. Alright, Island, followed by Mana Vault. That's a scary start, but we're not dead yet. We're just gonna start by attacking with our Ocelot Pride. I don't know what our opponent could be tanking about here for just colorless mana. And then we will play ourselves an Usher of the Fallen. Let me just double check. Okay, cool. And that'll be that. Also, a Pride will trigger. We'll get our token. And we're off to, really honestly, a fairly aggressive start. Let's see what we get from our opponent. Oop, they are playing an Urza. Okay, that is not something I wanted to see. I am honestly not super happy to see Urza. Although it is just a 2/2 construct right now, that is a really powerful card. Gives them access to a lot of good stuff. And honestly, here I think I just Council's Judgment the Urza. Yeah, I think I just I should have played a Mountain in hindsight, but life goes on. We Council's Judgment the Urza. We swing in with Usher. If they want to trade, they trade, which I'm totally fine with. Yeah, now let's do that. Wait. There we go. Obviously, my hope would be that our opponent voted for the construct. Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting, and definitely seems like a misplay on my opponent's part, but who am I to judge? I play poorly all the time. There is plenty of video evidence to support that. So let's see what happens here. Alright, cool. We're just gonna attack with all creatures and go from there. Uh, Opponent's down to 15, we got a token, and really, we're not in a bad spot at all. Next turn, if we get to swing in with Ocelot Pride and connect, we might be able to do something kind of silly with Overlord, I think. Our opponent didn't play anything. So I think what we're going to do... I mean... Oh, it's not land. Okay, so Phyrexian Revoker is not Pithing Needle. With Pithing Needle, I could have named Urza Saga. But Phyrexian Revoker is not Pithing Needle, so I think we're just going to attack with all creatures. And if our opponent doesn't do anything, we will be impending our Overlord here, which will give us two 2/1 flyers, uh, which will also, I think, give us the City's Blessing. So now, it doesn't really matter the order here. We'll make another 1/1, and okay, our opponent's had enough. Given what we saw from them, I mean, you've seen my sideboard. I guess there was a world where I put in Forest in my sideboard and consider bringing maybe the Outline Liberator, the Pride Mage. But I don't really think that's the game plan we're on here. We're just going to run it back and see where things go. Alright, so we are back on the draw this time, but with, honestly, a overall just really solid hand. We've got turn 1 Usher, nothing on turn 2, unfortunately, but then we've got turn 3 Broadsides, or Steel Seraph, or Council's Judgment. I can't complain. Alright, so we'll yield through our opponent's first turn. And never mind. Turn 1 Ocelot Pride, turn 2 Usher, and then turn 3. Well, we'll see where we go. The Broadside seems really good. Ooh. They Thought Scour with themselves, revealing a Portal of Phyrexia. Just based on what we've seen from our opponent, they seem to be playing. I mean, I was going to say an artifact deck, but now it looks like there might be some reanimation things going on. We shall see what they do. Grim Monolith, that is. I mean. Oh, I did not want to see you tap the Grim Monolith. That's Sword of the Meek, Skull Clamp. Okay, they're just dumping their hand. Not 100% sure what their game plan is. I'm definitely kind of confused by the Skull Clamp. I mean, I guess it's alright with Thopter Foundry. I mean, I'm not totally sure. But we'll see what they do here. Don't need double white, just one white. We'll play Usher and pass the turn. We'll get our cat token. And we'll see what my opponent does here. Alright, Forensic Gadgeteer. That is not infinite mana right now because they don't have anything. The 2 plus a sacrifice for everyone's mana cost. Okay, so we would need to sacrifice a 3-drop to kill Forensic Gadgeteer if we really want, or a 1-drop to kill the Forensic Gadgeteer, which is kind of tempting. I could also just abrade the Gadgeteer. But I think I want to put pressure on them. So what I think I want to do is attack with the broadside, sack the Usher, and kill the Gadgeteer. I mean, the Usher's just also good, so I mean I can't let them untap next turn with both of those cards. Let's think. Alright, I have decided that I'm going to play the Bombardiers. Hopefully my opponent does not have Well, I was going to say Force of Will. Obviously, that ship has sailed. We will attack with all creatures, and I want to see how they block before I start sacrificing. Um, okay, yeah, that is the block I would make. So we will turn our Usher into 3 damage on the Gadgeteer. Hit them for a fair bit, and make some tokens. Opponent's down to 15. We have a pretty solid board presence. I mean, we've got Bombardiers with Ocelot Pride. Next turn, we've got plenty of answers. Psychic Frog, while a good card, unfortunately for my opponent, is not going to work out here because I will be Council's Judgmenting that. We will play our Plains. And we will Council's Judgment the Psychic Frog. So our opponent won't even get to draw cards because it is exiled. And yeah, no, we're in a really, really solid commanding spot. We have answers in our hand. They're just taking a lot of damage here. Let's see. They're down to 10. Can I kill them? 2, 4, 7. No, because it's another. Okay, so I can't kill them this turn. Oh, wait, no. Yes, I can, can't I? Because that would be... Oh, well. Ship sailed. They're dead next turn. Alright, so you will make a map token. Equip there, draw 2 cards. You have 1 blue mana up. So short of you playing. Okay, 2 lands. Or 2 mana up. I don't think there's anything that gets them out of this. But we shall see. And never mind. Opponent just conceded. They were dead earlier. I miscounted. If I let the cat token resolve, that would have been 6 damage plus 3. No, still alive. Still alive. Did not punt that badly. But it's okay. We'll see you back for round 2. Alright, we are here on the draw. Back for round 2. I think we're going to mulligan this. There's just nothing. I mean, I have answers, but I don't have threats, and we're not winning with just answers. So we will mulligan, and this hand is a lot better, and I will put back. Honestly, the mountain, because I don't need it right now, and we have a turn 1 Assault Pride, and we'll be okay. All right, Noble Hierarch is, I mean, it's a scary card in the sense that my opponent will be able to play a 3-drop next turn, but we are in an okay spot with Assault Pride, followed up with Figure of Destiny on turn 2. We'll see where we go from here. Definitely not the game where I want to be on the back foot. Alright, so turn 1, Plains, Assault Pride, and then just yield. Alright, let's see what our opponent does this turn. I mean, if you're going to play a 2-drop, I am A-okay with that. Better than a 3-drop. Hopefully it's something with, oh, well. Goodbye, Assault Pride. You'll be missed. And they milled 3 cards, and they will get back one of those lands. Alright. Followed up by enough. Okay, so they're all in on the ramp. That kind of tracks with what I've seen. Here, I was originally going to play Figure of Destiny. I don't know if they didn't play any. They didn't play a 3-drop, which makes me think that they might have a 4-drop. So that Phyrexian Invoker on Noble Hierarch actually seems like a pretty okay plan here. Hopefully, I deny them the ability to play something, and if they swing with elves, then I will probably make that trade. All right, so noble, nope, noble hierarch. All right. Let's see what my opponent has on 3 mana right now. All right, that's an underground mortuary. That's honestly a good feeling for me. They kept it on top, so it's probably going to be something scary. All right, no. All right, that's fine with me. Here we will continue to just dump out our hand and play whatever 1-drops we can. I Not that I regret putting back the mountain, because it really would not have made that big of a difference so far. But I do think that a mountain or a land, any land, maybe not Witch Enchanter. All right, cycling and Off the Triumph, that's fine with me. Okay, so they drew whatever they kept on top, and we'll see what that is. All right, so my opponent played a Shifting Woodland. They've got access to 5 mana. Overruled Oddity. Okay, this is a powerful card. I'm making the assumption here that they are going to swing with it. I will not be blocking, and I will be hoping that we draw just more planes. Honestly, looks like Sunfall and Palace Jailer are going to be doing a lot of work here. Let's see if we get an attack from our opponent. Yeah, that's yeah. I am not blocking. That is not the world we live in. All right, I'm not saying I regret putting back that mountain yet, but we're getting kind of close here. I mean, I guess I just attack and I see what they do. If they're already kind of ahead on mana, so I'm fine attacking with the Phyrexian Revoker. If they don't block, I will probably, depending on how they block, I may pump the Figure, I may use the Usher. Uh, but we're scrapping here on all 2 lands against a huge number of lands. Actually, I probably won't attack with the Phyrexian if we get there. All right. This opponent has a lot of stops, which is all right with me. Or I'm wondering if it's just some MTGO lag. Looks like it's MTGO being kind of slow. All right. We'll attack with Usher and Figure and see if and how they block. All right. Yeah. Let's just pump the Figure with one too many lands, and I will be forever sad that we put back that mountain. But hey, I have 17 lands. We'll draw one, or we won't, and we'll go to game 2, and that'll be fine too. A Demonic Tutor. Consider me petrified. Uh, it's. I mean, honestly, I'm hoping they tutored for that Blooming Marsh. Uh, I'll take my 5 here. Take my licks. Uh, Not that we have a lot of those left, so hopefully I draw something solid here. I forgot I put Mutavault in this deck. It's definitely not what I wanted to draw. It is a land, so we have one more turn of getting hit by Oddity before it becomes a problem. So, I'm hoping next turn that we draw any land except Ancient Tomb. Actually, let me take that back. I hope we do not draw Ancient Tomb. I hope we draw any land except Ancient Tomb and Inspiring Vantage. I know I keep on adding to that list. hopefully, hopefully we draw one of those. And okay, that's fine. You can tear asunder my Revoker. Alright, let's see. Do they have Delirium? Instant sorcery, creature, land. Yeah, they have Delirium, so they. Alright. Well, here we get hit for 5. We go down to 5. Not that I'm going to block with Mutavault here, and then I hope we draw. Specifically, not Inspiring Vantage. Do they have the combo? Is the combo in this cube? Oh. Combo's in the cube. Alright, cool. They targeted themselves. Alright, cool. They got it. Alright, so we're playing against green, white. Not green, white. Black, green, ramp combo. I mean, really, here the options are kill him or kill him. We have some removal to answer the combo. I don't really think I'm going to make any changes. Again, this running it back will be on the play this time. Not the best hand, but it's a turn 1 Usher. Hopefully they lead off with something really slow. Turn 2 I can make a 1/1, which is not really where I want to be, but again, not the end of the world. We have Elspeth when we get to 4, which with Usher is alright. But we'll see where things go. Tap land on turn 1 is fine with me. I'll yield through the turn. I mean, a Swords is a good draw. Like, objectively a good draw here. And then we'll make a 1/1. And then we'll just yield after that, because we are not doing anything else. Alright, so our opponent let us get our 1/1. They've got a Dryome. We'll see what they play here. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I hope they just pass and do absolutely nothing. But, you know, that's not going to happen. Alright, cool. We've got a target for our Swords. Actually works really well against the Fnatic, because the Fnatic cares about being in the graveyard. So we will go ahead and, I mean, it feels a little aggressive to Swords here. Mostly because, you know, they have the combo in their deck, but the ability to just get in for more damage, deny the mana, use all of our mana this turn. Next turn we play Elspeth. They're getting close to being in the danger zone. See, Sentinel would be great, but I have Elspeth. I also have Overlord, which is tempting, but no, we're going to play Elspeth. Boop. Puts them on a pretty tight clock against a flying Usher. And that is that. Hopefully we don't get comboed out here, but if we do, it is what it is. Tireless Tracker is a-okay with me. I mean, that is a lot of value my opponent is growing there. I assume they attacked this. Yep. That is the correct thing to do. Here I block with one of the tokens, and we move on with our lives. Alright, here. I mean, I think it's just a repeat. We boost up the Usher, we swing in with the Usher. Then we play probably Impending Overlord and Figure of Destiny. Alright. Let's play around days, I guess. Cast my Paying Impending. Make a bunch of flyers. Play the figure. And let's see where we go from here. Alright, my opponent's drawing a card, which is fine with me. You're not going to hear a complaint from me. You can draw all the cards you want, bud. You have to answer. Alright, cool. Again, no change in the sideboard. I will see you in game 3. Alright, we're here game 3 on the draw with, I mean, it's a solid hand. Don't have any turn 1 play. I mean, sort of have a turn 1 play. I can Unholy Heat if they play something. But otherwise, it is a Sunbaked Canyon and a pass. Next turn I can play Carry Zev, which gives me something to attack with, which will work really well with Enduring Innocence the next turn, actually. I mean, I can't Unholy Heat a Mox Emerald, I wish I could. Grist. Okay. Let's see what they do with Grist. Alright, they're gonna make a 1-1, which is really not great here. There's a world where I actually Unholy Heat this 1-1 to deny them the ability to use Grist the turn afterwards to kill my Kari Zev. It's a hard choice, and I think it's the one I'm gonna make. And I'm not super happy about it, but you know, we made it. I will continue to take damage and play Kari Zev and pass the turn. I mean, if my opponent plays a creature to sacrifice to the Grist, I'm totally fine with that. I will not complain. Yep, okay. So you make your 1-1. Next turn, I'll play the Enduring Innocence and draw off the Ragavan that Kari Zev will create. Unfortunately, it's not the Ragavan I want, but it's a Ragavan, and they're cycling. Okay. I am okay with that. Less okay with... Okay. Just a lot of value this turn. I'll survive. Fanatic of Ronus in the graveyard. That is a solid play. It is 4 to Eternalize. But I think... Alright, so it's a 4/4 zombie, so it will be complicated to deal with. Here... Yep, like I said. I mean, I could play the Jite. There's a world where I play the Jite. No, there's not a world where I play the Jite because Jite costs 2 to equip. And is not what I want to do right now. So we will play Enduring Innocence. I mean, I guess we attack the Grist. Tapped and attacking, yep. They will be attacking Grist. I'll draw a card. It's an All Pride. Okay, that's a good draw. See, because here, if they let Grist take the hit, then if they want to kill the Karizev or the Enduring Innocence for whatever reason, they are down. They're down a Grist, which I would be totally okay with. Just gonna yield through the rest of this because I'm not doing anything else. You know, I've always thought the art on these bugs is so creepy. Still waiting on my opponent. We'll come back once they've decided what they're going to do on my second main phase. All right, the answer was nothing. So we'll see what they do here. They've got 4 mana, so they could Eternalize, I believe. I can't remember. Bomb or Eternalize. Eternalize the Fanatic Veronas, which would be really powerful. Super solid. It's a play that I would not fault them for making on my next turn. We'll see what they do here. Yep, Eternalize Fanatic. It's a 4/4. They make another insect. Okay. Alright. What do I do here? Hold on, I'll come back after I think. Alright, I know what I'm doing. I am playing Steel Seraph for its prototype cost. I will be giving Enduring Innocence Flying at the beginning of combat. Choose target creature. We'll give. Yep, we'll give Enduring Innocence Flying. We will attack both of them at the Grist. The Ragavan also attacking the Grist. We'll draw a card off Enduring Innocence, which is a Plains, actually. That's really good. Means I don't have to play Witch Enchanter this turn to play Ocelot Pride. That's fine. You have to double block. So I get to eat the token regardless. And then this is where you pick. Is Grist going to live or die? Alright. Alright. We'll assign damage like that. Kill the token. We do lose Karizev, which I am sad about, but that's fine, because we gain some life, so we'll be able to play Ocelot Pride. And we'll get a 1/1 from that. And we're in a good spot here. Obviously, I hope our opponent doesn't combo us this turn. That would be really unfortunate, but we're in a solid spot here. Next turn, I can definitely kill the Grist. And start hitting my opponent's face. That's fine. You draw all the cards you want, bud. You draw all the cards you want. I know you have a combo in there. And I know you want to play that combo. Alright, sweet, not the combo. White of the Reliquary notably lets you sacrifice creatures for lands, which I don't really see why my opponent would be doing here, but, you know, they have the option. Honestly, why am I? I could just play the Phyrexian Revoker here, and Revoker the Grist, and stop wasting energy on it. I might just do that and start hitting them in the face. Yeah, no, that's probably what I'm gonna do this turn. There's a world where I Winds of Abandon away some of their blockers, but I'm not really super concerned about it. let's just. I mean, I'm not going to be playing. Yeah, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to give Ocelot Pride the ability to fly. No, we are going to kill Grist. Okay. We kill Grist. I attack my opponent, and then this turn I play Overlord of the Mistborn. Um, let's see if my opponent has any removal here. Although it seems that MTGO is just a little bit laggy right now. Honestly, that Grist did work. It gained him a lot of life. But that's fine, because we will play Overlord with Impending, which gets us up to 10. Oh, hey, we draw a land for the turn. Perfect. Trigger. We have a veritable army of flyers and blockers now. So I'm feeling great here. Honestly, this is not a bad position to be in. Obviously, they could combo us out. They have 5 cards in hand, 5 mana. Hopefully, that's not what happens here, but we'll see. Ooh. No, don't play cards. Opponent, 3 mana for Deluge for 3. That's, yep, okay. It happens. The nice thing is that we are not just totally dead. We do have an incoming Overlord. We have the Enduring Innocence still. We have plenty of good draws, so I am not wildly scared. Honestly, I'm hoping here they play a solid artifact or enchantment that I can blow up, because at this point I don't think blowing up the Mox is worth it. We're gonna keep Solitude. What we're gonna do here is start by playing Revoker. So we'll draw a card of the Enduring Innocence, and we'll name Fanatic of Ronus. We'll draw a card. It's a Plains, which is pretty solid, because here what I'm going to do is play the Jite, and I guess equip the Jite. We'll see what my opponent does here. Hopefully nothing too scary. If they attack for 9, honestly, I take the 9. I'm fine with that. It's not really my favorite, but it puts us in an okay spot. What I'm honestly hoping to do is they dump out a bunch of creatures, and we get to Winds of Abandon them. Sure, they'll get 3 lands, 4 lands, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. It's another thing we have to answer. Let's see what they do with Oko here. Okay. They made GTA 3-3. There are worse things in the world. Here I'm kind of assuming they attack, because that is a lot of damage on the board if they don't attack. Okay. Here what I think I do is I just wins and then kill the Oko. Yeah, it gives them a bunch of lands, but puts them in a spot where they don't really get to. I get to answer their stuff. You know. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. as soon as MTGO decides to work. It's been kind of laggy. Ooh, all right, we'll be back once MTGO decides it's time to play spells. All right, we're back. Overloaded Winds of Abandon. We'll kill the Oko. Because they don't have enough to. I mean, that's fine. Functionally, the result is the same because they're both tapped, right? Yeah. Man, this game has been grindy, just a lot of back and forth. And here, we'll definitely keep Solitude for uh, whatever our opponent does. They try to combo. It is an answer. All right, attack the Oko. I think MTGO is just being a little slow for all parties involved right now. Like I've definitely passed priority here, but it's taking its sweet time. But that's fine. All right, Oko's dead. I'll pass the turn. We'll remove a counter of Overlord, and we have Solitude to protect us from the combo. Our opponent does have a lot of mana, but they've always had a lot of mana, so it's not like it makes that big of a difference. Green Sunseed for 2. Alright, so that looks like they're going to try to go off. Alright, so here we will evoke by exiling Witch Enchanter, which does hurt. It does put us in a top deck. Oh, hey, that was enough for my opponent. I'll see you in game 3. Alright, we're back for match 3. This one's for all the marbles. I am on the play, which is where I want to be. With... I mean... This isn't a great hand, but it is a hand. It's kind of tempting to mulligan this one away, but I got 1 drop and a 2 drop. Into Mutavault hits. I think we're going to keep it and kind of regret it, but we'll see where we go. Alright. I love the upkeep stop. Anyways. Mountain, Figure of Destiny, and then yield through this turn. Same thing through my opponent's turn. I'm not doing anything. Oh, hey. Tapped Hollow Fountain. Live your best life, bestie. Hey, that's... Broadsides with Carrie Zev is actually a really, really solid set of plays. So we will not be leveling up Figure here, which I'm fine with. We'll see what my opponent is planning to do with their stops, I guess. I mean, they're Solitude. If they wanted to Solitude a Figure, which I would not complain about. Here we'll play our Mutavault and play Carrie Zev. And we're off to the races here, because next turn we will play Broadside Bombardier. Swing in, get damage, have Carrie Zev trigger, sack the Ragavan. Like we're going places here, and my opponent probably thinks. Sorry, I'm trying really hard not to laugh. That we are playing mono red, which is actually not true at all. I mean, I'm hoping this resolves. Obviously, it might not. But if it does, we're in a really good spot. Okay, yeah. My opponent knew better than to let that happen, but they're still taking, a pretty bit of damage here. Now, what if they pitch to Force of Will? That's a good question. Kiara. Okay, hey. Oh my god, I hate Thalia. I mean, I love Thalia, but that is not what I wanted to see. Alright, cool. I lose my figure. I lose my Ragavan. I've got probably one of the best white creatures that Wizards has printed in a hot minute. And definitely not what I was kind of expecting to see. Force of Will, sacking Kiara, but that's fine. What are you targeting? Nothing. Okay. That's fine. Here, honestly, I hope we draw. I mean, oh, shoot. I clicked through my attack. That is not what I wanted to do. Egg on my face. That's fine. I got excited. See, that is the one thing that you really don't get when you're playing with MTGO. It's one excited click away from accidentally punting the game. Not that I think that it's a total punt yet, but ooh, okay. Return. Okay, so it's all. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the Felia now, so I don't have to think about it. It's fine. I I targeted. I assure you, I clicked on it. All right, we'll be back once MTGO decides it's time to resolve my selection. All right, there we go. Let's see if my opponent's gonna do anything. Oh, I totally punted that. You know what? I feel so dumb. I should have waited till it resolved and then done it. Now they're just gonna get the Thalia back. I got so excited. I almost want to scoop and chain. There's the part of me that's just scooping in shame because now they're just gonna get the Thalia back, which they can play. Oh man, do I feel goofy? The worst part is, normally when this happens, I can just pretend that it didn't happen and concede the game in shame. But because y'all are watching, we're here now. Uh, man. All right. Well, let's animate Mutavault. We won't skip through combat this time. We'll attack with all. I mean, if they want to throw the Felia down, throw the Felia down. It's fine with me. Play Felia. See, that's. I'm sure y'all have heard it before, but it is surprisingly hard to play and talk at the same time. Yeah, because now they're gonna get the Overlord back. Yeah, we might just be dead here. So what is that? A 5/5? I mean, they are a 10. I do have answers. I do have outs. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we're getting closer to the end of the world. All right, I'm willing to call it. Just concede. I punted that one, fully aware that I did that, but it's okay. That's what there's 3 games to a match. Hopefully we come back stronger, and hopefully I convince my opponent that we're playing mono red. All right, we're back after a punt of first game, and looks like this one might not be a trophy, but we'll mulligan to a good 6. Uh, I mean, there are worse hands to keep. I mean, I know they have Thalia, so this time I won't misplay if they play Overlord of the Black Overlord. I can't remember its full name. There's too many Magic cards nowadays. All right, Goodbye Mountain. All right, sorry, MTGO is just being kind of slow, so sorry if there's lots of weird little cuts. It's just things are taking a while. All right, let's see what my opponent has on the draw from their what appeared to be kind of like a black white something or another. Alright, if they've got nothing, then I am going to attack with Usher, make a token. I don't really think there's anything I need to Unholy Heat right now. And hopefully we'll be okay. Alright, make my token. And then we're done. Oh, well, we might not even get to... Alright, what are they? Oh, they're just gonna hardcast Overlord. That's... I mean... What am I supposed to do there? Like, that's just... That is what it is. I mean, we have outs, so I'm not just gonna scoop. But we're definitely not in a good spot. I mean, we're not in the worst spot. It's just... It is just a 5/5. That draws your creature every turn. Oh, they chose not to use it. Okay, so they're probably playing some kind of reanimation style card. I mean, here I just play the planes and pass because I'm not. All right, let's see what nightmare awaits us. Yeah, you hit us for 5. You mill 4. You get Thalia back. Congratulations. It's just solid. Thalia's solid. I'm not blocking. I mean, I could block and try to kill the Overlord, but that doesn't feel great either. What are you playing for 2 black? Animate dead. Okay, yeah, no, we're definitely like there's no way. Yeah, no, I got nothing here, bud. And you took my unholy heat. What did you get? Yeah. All right, you got it. I mean, I actually, you know what? Sunfall gets me out of this. Sunfall specifically. But I'm not gonna scoop just yet. Like I'm not. It is just one card, but it is one card that could buy me a turn or two. So we'll just play Sarah Paragon. Literally just a blocker. We'll take a fistful of damage this turn. Minimum of 8. Well, not a minimum of 8, but oh, we'll take 4. Yeah, we'll take 4. I'll take 4. We'll have a bunch of flyers. We literally have to draw. It's Sunfall or bust at this point. Well, Sunfall, Winds of Abandon, but that would be a doozy for me because they still have 6 cards in hand. Like they are still in a good spot to use that mana. So Winds of Abandon is definitely not the one I want to draw, but we'll block here. I mean, we're dead next turn if we don't draw Sunfall. We live if we draw Sunfall. So yeah, hopefully we draw Sunfall. Our opponent's deck is, I mean, honestly, it looks sick. I do love Esper in general. All right, let's see. We'll block. 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 Not really super concerned with what happens at this point this turn. I mean, honestly, play another creature, give me something to. Oh, and a Soul Ring. Black Lotus and Soul Ring. Sunfall. Not Sunfall. Alright, they got it. Them's the breaks. It happens. You win some, you lose some, you punt some. I definitely punted it the first. Well, I'm not sure I would have been able to beat their deck given what I saw, but hey, we did it. We got our 2 wins, so that's at least another draft that I'll get to do without having to pay real people money. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. Again, if you've been here for the whole time, I hope you engage and feed the algorithm god. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's all I have. Breadcat's out.